Welcome to the spagirlspodcast, the self-publishing podcast for authors. You're in the right place for the best writing, marketing, and publishing advice, plus interviews with industry experts and best-selling authors. I'm Cheryl Phipps.
I'm Rudolph Barrett.
Oh, I don't think I can beat that. I'm Wendy Crinkle. Christmas.
Excellent. The wheels are off already.
Yeah. And I'm Trudy JJ Jingle. Oh, this hat is so hot. I can't handle it. Anyway, Merry Christmas, everyone. And to all the
Merry
guys.
Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho,
Yeah.
ho, ho. So, Wendy, you didn't introduce the bear that you're holding.
This is Donnie.
Mm-hmm.
She is
the
holding up her
t-shirt.
shirt.
Oh, and she's showing her. Just bring, what do you bring?
Wine.
Wine.
Just bring
Oh,
a
yeah.
wine.
Joy, not YOLO.
Nice.
And this is Donnie. So
Mhm.
Donnie was given to me by my late grandfather many, many years ago. And I named him Donnie because of Donnie Osmond.
Who
Yeah.
didn't?
As you do.
Seriously.
Oh, that puppy love.
Puppy love. Yeah.
Okay, stop
Hands
the
up for the Gen Xers that know Donny Osmond.
I have to take this hat off. It's awful.
Look, your face is so red.
It's so hot. I can't do it.
So now Trudy's not Christmas.
Good effort.
Anyway,
Oh, I wore it for like 5 seconds. Anyway, and just in case you hadn't realized, this is the Christmas episode of the Sparkles podcast.
Things always get a little loose at this time of year, just
Yeah,
saying for
a little
us.
bit, loose in the
well,
in
because
the
we're
spa.
signing off soon, aren't we?
Yes.
For a break.
Yes.
Oh, I
Yes,
don't
for a
know.
break.
Have we been allowed to take a break?
You
Like,
tell us, Shah, you've got a
has
diary.
management assigned?
Trudy's going on holiday and
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think I'll be turning up in January, I have to say.
I'm just hoping we get a bonus.
Don't we all?
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Anywho, back on
What a
track.
year.
What a
Hey.
year. What a year.
Woohoo!
So we,
25.
It's not done yet.
I
Cheers
know.
to that.
we still got a little bit of time left in 2025, a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And so we thought we'd do a publishing naughty and nice list for you all this week, just to keep that Christmas flavor, that Christmas
Yeah.
thing. So who knows what that actually means in
No.
real. I think we go around and do the naughty stuff, each of us, and then we go around and do the nice stuff. How about that?
I like it.
Start with the bad and end with the good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So the naughty stuff is things that didn't work, epic fails, which let's celebrate those, and hilarious mistakes.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Okay, sounds good.
I say Cheryl goes first.
Yeah, I vote Cheryl too.
Okay, but just to annoy Trudy, because that's what I'm here for, I'm just going to actually tack on the good stuff at the end
Why? Why would you
because
do
it's all
that?
part and parcel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fair enough.
I love that.
As you know, as you will know in our group, but as these ladies will know, I got another book bub this year in October and was so excited. So the first issue with that is I was away on holiday. The second issue with that was I was actually on a tour when I got a whole day tour of wine and etc. When I got the email and I was so excited, like I was fizzing all day, but I couldn't do anything about it. And the turnaround was 3 days for a book bub. My books were wide. So therein lies the problem. Got back to the hotel, did everything I could to price match. Everything looked great. Contacted Amazon as soon as all the prices went to zero, and nothing, crickets. This is really unusual for me with Amazon. I don't know why, but every time I contact them, things are usually sorted within 24 hours. I know, kick me, that's fine. But
Say out loud, that's what's going to happen though, right?
of course, it didn't happen. 2 days later, I hadn't heard anything. So I contacted them. I'm down to the wire now. We're looking at about 24 hours. Pleading my case, said, look, I've got a book bub. I did all the things. I was so grovelly, it was sickening even to me. And eventually got an email back, which should have given me enough time, saying they would look into it. And that was that. Nothing happened. And so BookBub contacted me the next day or the day after and said, look, sorry, your book's not free on Amazon, so we can't advertise it there, but we will advertise it to the other platforms. And I was like, at this stage, there's just nothing you can do. You've got to like suck it up and deal with it. But I thought, what I'll do is, oh, sorry. And then a day later, the book was free on Amazon, and I was like spitting text. But I thought, right, how can I mitigate this? So I went and did a written word media series promotion, which means you can advertise all of your books. And I knew I can make money off that because I do every time. Amazon had this book for free for 24 hours. Oh, sorry, for about 5 days. The written word media promo was up on that weekend, and they changed the book price again for whatever reason. For whatever reason. So the written word media one was also a fail. I mean, don't forget, I'm still getting money from the other platforms, so it's not all dire, but you know how much a BookBub costs, right? And I
Yeah.
was never going to make that back on the other platforms.
Yeah.
So, feeling very, very sorry for myself, I sent another grovelly email to Written Word Media. And I have to tell you, they are, and I think Trudy will agree with me, they are the most amazing people to deal with because you feel like you're a person, and they respond in kind and send you an email. So sorry for, what had happened to me, blah, blah, blah. Would you like to run your promo again for free? So I did, and they put it in less than a week later because by this time the book was up to, you have no idea. The 24 hours before that promo went live, I was like, don't let this happen again, Taylor. And it didn't. And so that is the good part of it. So this was
Nice.
awful. And I have to tell you, a couple of weeks of awful, really. But because that one company came to my aid, if you like, it was just such a boost. And all the rest of it just kind of fades away because, yes, the bottom line for me is the dollar. And
And BookBubs are not cheap.
No.
BookBubs are not cheap, but I have to tell you, I made all my money back and some.
Awesome.
And
Nice.
that was because
Nice.
I had it all wide
Yeah.
anyway, and because of what Written Word Media did.
Mm.
And I don't know, it was kind of like an early Christmas present in a way
That's
because,
awesome.
I cannot talk about these people enough, really. I mean, in comparison, price-wise, they're like chalk and cheese. But written word media still gives me that boost, which I do every single month. And that's my gift to you for Christmas.
Nice.
Yay.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad it
Nice.
That's
was.
awesome. Go
I
to
like a
the
happy
BookBub.
ending
Yeah.
It was
to
such a
it.
happy one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think we've had one.
also just be warned if you get a BookBub and you're wide, it's tricky to get that changed to free in a few days' time kind of thing.
Yeah, it's better if you've got a little bit
The
more than
thing is, Shah, I don't know that I would have done it any differently
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree.
because,
When you get a BookBub offered, you're
I know
like, I'll make
how
it
do you
work.
turn it down? But
Hmm.
having said that, I know that I wouldn't have made my money back if I hadn't have done the other promo.
Right.
We're
So
the
it's good
So,
to have a plan B.
We've had it
yeah,
happen too,
yeah. Or
Mm.
to be able to pivot.
Yep. And that's pivot. That's exactly right. Nice
Yeah.
work here.
Nice. High five.
Thanks.
Okay, Wendy, you're next.
Johnny's
But
high-fiving. Me. Okay.
yes.
So what was it?
So
Naughty.
you
Right.
yeah, the naughty stuff.
I think for me, just a little life lesson. Life's been pretty frantic for me over the last couple of years, and I just keep going, and I've just kept
You
going,
keep waking up, mate.
keep going, and
You're
keep
like an
writing, and keep
energizer
writing,
bunny,
and
you
keep
are.
writing, and then something just has to give, and my hands gave. To be fair, this year, and that was a little bit of a lesson to me that while things are imploding around you, you need to stop, give yourself time to deal with what's happening around you, give your body, and don't stop moving. I'd pretty much given up exercise and giving up everything, and all of a sudden my body's just like, hello, we're here. So writing was becoming harder and harder, and I couldn't work out what was going on. And so for me, I think that's the real lesson, is that the warning signs, don't ignore them, and take time when things need to be dealt with and deal with them. Because this is, if you want this career to last, you need your hands, and the other parts of your body, and your
Mhm.
brain, as it turns out
Brain would
too.
be good.
Um,
Yeah.
and things just weren't working, and I was really struggling with so many factors. But so that was probably a little life lesson. And I think probably it's really the only time it's actually really happened to me. So that was a real shock as well. After as long as I've been writing, for that to have just all of a sudden, I was just like, this is not happening. This is not me. But my hands were so bad, I was really struggling to use them. But I was still carrying on. And I think, those warning signs are really important. What's the worst that can happen when you self-publish? You push back a deadline. You can't publish on the day you say you're going to, or you lose a pre-order, or those sort of things are not the most important things. What are the important things is you and being healthy and keeping a sustainable and keeping this career going. And that was a real life lesson for me. With the help of people telling me that I needed to do that. So yeah,
It's scary when things don't work, like your mitts don't work kind of thing, Yeah.
I mean, I knew I had issues. I've got a couple of separations and things going on, and I knew that was happening, but I still blazed on, which is me. That's how I run.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. It was a good thing to learn, and I feel better for it. I've been to a hand therapist. I've done everything she told me to do. I write in braces now. So when my children come and they go, Nana, what's wrong with your wrists? Like every single time, and every single time I tell them, I wear braces for writing. Ah, that's right. So
Nice.
yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. So,
It's kind of like putting on you're a football player or something, you're putting on your gear to go out there. And it'll be interesting to see what it does to your mind as well. Like when you put those braces on, it's time to work kind of thing.
It's like a switch.
Yeah. I mainly wear it on one more than both, but definitely one needs it on. It's an interesting feeling writing in braces that hold your hand still. So only your fingers work. But definitely at the end of the day, when I take the brace off, my hand feels so much better because it's not moving.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So all I'm saying to you people out there who are just starting out, or people that have been going at it a while, just don't ignore the warning signs. If you get twinges and pain, start looking at your writing positions and stuff like that. It's really important.
Start learning dictation now.
Yeah, and leaning forward, I was really struggling with shoulders, neck, back, all of that sort of stuff. So it was just a timely lesson for me. And I think when life tends to crank up a bit, we push harder on the things that we can control, like work and stuff like that. And that was the thing for me. It was like, right, if I'm writing, all of this extraneous bull crappo is not happening, and that was probably that was probably where I went wrong.
That's
So
great.
my naughty.
Tough lesson to learn, but well done on learning it. And
And
yay to looking after our.
Don was there for me, so
Yeah,
that's the important thing. As long as Don was there.
He's a good bear.
Okay, go one of you two.
Shah.
All right, I'll go. So my naughty thing was more of a, I can't believe I did that thing. It was uploading no, it wasn't the unedited version. It was the version that was my rough draft, basically, before I had finished editing. So yes, it was even more than unedited. It had things out of order, out of sequence. Oh, it was a dog's breakfast. And I was in a rush. When I say in a rush, I really just in a mental rush to just get it done. And I'm pretty sure I uploaded it at something like 11:30 at night. Just wanted to get the damn thing up. And everything was fine. And I don't look at Amazon. I don't look at the Amazon reviews. I had previously put it on Boxsprout for a week prior, and I got some nice reviews there. So everything was fine. And then when we were at we were at our conference. Why do things happen when you're away? When we were at our conference, this lovely reviewer on Boxsprout, shout out to her, messaged me and she said, so I really liked it, but there were some things, and basically, it was all out of sync, and there were things like, and so, and I just literally could have leapt through that email screen and just hugged her. I felt sick and embarrassed, but mostly sick, and I knew immediately because she was saying, in such and such a chapter, they're there, but then 3 chapters later, it was like, no, because I wrote that out of order. Anyway, so I quickly, there and then, fixed it that night in the conference hotel room and re-uploaded it. And I don't know what the other reviewers read, but God bless them for not
Not sorting it.
realizing
Not slating you, yes.
that this couple had their happy ending in chapter 2 and not chapter 10. But anyway, yeah. And I'm so grateful to that lady that messaged me and didn't just write, what the heck is going on in this in the review.
It's so cool, isn't it?
It is. I really appreciate that. And I mean, I I know these things happen, but my lesson was don't do it in a rush. I was doing it in a rush because I was trying to pack for conference, all of those things. And these, intellectually these things, but every single one of us thinks that we can, it won't happen to us kind of thing.
And we're frantic. We juggle so
And
many
it
things at
did.
one
And I'm
time.
very, yeah, right. And I'm pretty good about keeping like final, like writing, renaming my documents and all that. But clearly
Yeah.
these things happen. But
They
that's the
take
beauty
We've
of
done
it.
it. We've all done it, buddy.
Yeah, that's
I
the
I
thing.
know. So if you're feeling sick and you've done it, trust me, it's just a
Four of
Not
us.
alone.
All four
it's
of
a
us have done
badge.
that. Wrong
And
colour,
We've
wrong
done
colour.
it, yeah.
Yeah, and if it hadn't been for that nice lady on Books, I would have been blithely unaware. Like unaware, because I mean, yes, I buy my own books, and I download them to my Kindle, but I'm moved on. I'm not reading the thing that I've just published. Like, clearly I should, but I don't. So that's
Well
my
done. That's your
naughty.
lesson. It'll be the only time it happens. You've had your lesson now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's other
I've published
mistakes you
twice
can
since
mistake,
then,
but,
and believe me, I read them now when I download them.
Yeah.
What
I
about
always
you,
like
Giselle?
triple check now. I'm like, is that the right one? Is this the thing that I've done? And have I done this? And oh,
Then we go too far.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm
Yeah.
like over anxious about making sure the right file is in there. I just did that though. I did Oath of Embers, which is book 2, and I had another nice reader. And I mean, it was the right file, but somehow when I did it in Vellum, it automatically puts in my real name instead of my pen name. And so
Oh,
I had my real name sitting in the front page of the book. So, and it's not like it's
Not
a
major,
massive
but
secret or anything. I mean, I just
But
would
it could be a
prefer.
major if you're keeping a secret pen name, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I just and I wouldn't have like Shar. I don't check. Like I mean, it's up. I double, triple.
yeah.
I
I
thought
know.
I double, triple checked
Mm.
everything as I was doing it through, but I obviously just didn't notice that. And it was a nice reader who emailed me and said, I think you might have made a mistake in I mean, who checks the thingy page even when you're reading
The
a book?
front
But
matter, yeah.
this lovely person did. So
I know.
it
So
was
we
awesome.
really appreciate those nice people.
Yeah, exactly. And those sort of things. So okay, is that all of your naughty things, Shar, that you have to?
Well, I think we've probably got plenty of other naughty things, but this is a family
That's
show,
cool.
and
Yeah.
so we should probably move on.
well,
Yeah.
let's be funny.
So
Reading now.
my naughty is signing. I tried not to sign up for too many courses this year, and then
How'd
I
that go?
signed up for too many courses this year. And so I've kind of
We don't even know what to say.
that's all I
Laughing
got.
in sympathy.
I don't know what she thinks. We're surprised. That's the thing, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
I try.
we're
Like I-
10 years worth of courses.
Cue
I've
eye roll.
got more than 1 million courses.
I know. Anyway, so I have been trying to like actually go through them and do them. And do you know what? Like they are worthwhile when you actually do them. It's a funny thing, right?
Sure.
I mean, courses are good.
Yeah.
We
And
rely
like,
on you to do all your courses so you can tell us.
yeah, and actually when you buy a course and you think that just buying the course makes you a better person, or you somehow are going to by osmosis take in the information in the course just because it's sitting on your desktop, but you
I
don't
think that's just
actually
you. I'll be
watch.
honest, mate. I think that's just you.
That's not true. Yeah. Like, I mean, it is me. I'm not, that's not true is to the not true that
Oh,
you
okay.
take
Yeah.
things on by osmosis and don't have to actually do the course.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work.
Yeah, no. So just so you know, I have done some good courses. I did Becca Syme's conference. I've got that and I've been admittedly, slowly going through all of those. And I find that she is so smart and
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
her
yeah.
a lot.
You could just listen to her all day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd recommend that 100% to anyone. And actually what we were talking about before about like how kind of Wendy, you were saying about with your hands, like what's most important to you. That's kind of what I get from Becca. It's like she's saying, what is the most important thing to you? You know, is it health, or is it, you know, like there's other things that are more important than busting your gut and burning yourself out over doing this publishing stuff. And you just need to remember that and just try and have a bit
I
of
think
balance.
this is life-threatening,
Mm,
you know,
yeah.
everything can take a step back.
Yeah, we're not brain
It's true.
surgeons, or we're not, yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
could be, but we chose not to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, for a very good reason that I don't want
Yeah.
to do. Gross. Look inside people. Like
Yeah.
I've got a tip for those of us that have our learner strength up high and that tend to be course junkies, which no shade from here, is I have a Trello board with all the courses that I've bought and the logins and the login emails for a card for each of those courses, and then I have them categorized under kind of type of course, like, you know, craft or whatever. And I find that really helpful because I can see them. And then I have another list, and those are the 3 that I'm focusing on getting through. And that way, I've basically now, over the last 2 years, almost done all my courses. And I know I know that Wendy and Cheryl will be like, it's
How many
ridiculous.
courses
And
have
it
you
is
got stacked
ridiculous.
up there?
It is ridiculous, the amount, but it's my favorite thing to do is learning.
Hey, don't be the nasty elf at the moment, please.
And I'm not allowed. And while I'm working on,
that's why. Sorry, Sha.
definitely. And I also felt slightly sick, I've got to be honest. When I looked at them, there were a lot that I'd bought maybe 5 years ago that are completely out of date now, particularly anything on advertising and that kind of thing. And I just think, ugh. So they were on a separate list and they're all clubbed together. And I've actually hidden it because I feel sick about the money that I invested in those. And it's easy to say, oh, you're going to get one thing. I can't afford to spend hundreds and hundreds of US dollars on a course that, I'm not going to watch. So I'm really ruthless now. And I mean, there's some that keep themselves updated, but frankly, it is really hard to keep things updated on some of the particularly tech stuff and particularly advertising stuff.
Well, if you went back on this podcast and looked at some of the older podcasts,
absolutely. Things that would,
it's always gold, but like back then, some of it would be.
Absolutely. Even look at how TikTok's changed, or I mean, all of that kind of stuff. So it's So, but I mean, I love learning. I'm with you, Trudy. It's awesome.
Even just like Facebook this year, like I bought a Facebook ads course, and there's just like I used to do heaps of Facebook ads, but not recently. And I'm just like, oh, is that what? Oh, okay. And then we've had some big changes this year with Facebook algorithms and stuff, and it's just like,
But even in the last 6 months, I mean, 1 minute they're talking about the certain Advantage Plus or whatever the thingy was, and then now it's like, no, let the AI do everything, and it's like,
I know.
Their way be madness, as they say.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I don't have many
which is really smart.
Many to do. I've taken one course, I think, in the last 10 years.
More than that. I know that you've taken more than that.
I read the emails of people
yes,
on the show, like David Cochran and
Becca. Becca has a really good one. Ines Johnson has a great Substack.
Yeah. And yet still, I don't actually do much advertising.
I mean, I think, that's it, isn't it? And things are changing, and you hear all this noise and people saying this is working, that's not working. I mean, luckily I can get someone to do my advertising for me. So otherwise I'd go mental.
Real easy.
And I'm a very visual person as well. So I find it very hard to look at some of these courses if they don't match what I see on my screen, and invariably they don't. And I'm kind of like lost, and I'm like scrolling back and forth about it. I'm like, nah, if it's not clear to me, and I don't think I'm stupid.
No, you're not stupid. It is really frustrating when you see, and I think people that are running those, particularly if they're looking at, for example, a Facebook dashboard, need to acknowledge that people are looking at it, often seeing it differently in other countries. New
Yeah.
Zealand is often quite different because often Facebook does testing here on dashboard layouts, before rolling it out to other countries. So it can be very frustrating when somebody's talking about, oh, it's just in this field, and it's like, no, it's not.
No, it's really not.
And now
It's really,
are we gonna do nice now?
Yeah.
yes,
I've done
yes.
mine, so you guys carry on.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
it works.
Go, Wendy. You're
Oh,
nice.
me? Oh,
Yeah.
right. I am nice.
Well,
Okay.
no,
No,
you're
you're
not
not
nice,
nice.
but what is your
Oh,
nice?
I'm not nice,
No.
but it is nice. So, we have been talking about special editions for a long time, and it was just, a step too far with everything else that's going on with translations and la 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 la. So, we went down the easy route, and we did well, not easy, but we got the covers done through the cover designer that I use all the time, and then we Sophie did my assistant daughter/boss did the forced edges in Canva, and then we got the file formatted, and then we sent it to Ingram, and we loaded them all through Ingram, and while some of the edges came back, I had got them somewhere, came back a little faded. I thought they were great. We didn't do gold foiling or anything. We just got them done. So then we took them to Rare, Melbourne, which is a romance author reader event in Melbourne. And I just said, look, let's just take them, see what happens. Killed it. People just came up and were like, whoa, I love these. These are so cool. Rah, rah, rah. And whereas we'd been sort of hearing these stories where you need to spend a lot of money, and then, got to do a Kickstarter, and you got to do rah, rah, rah. Whereas these did really well. So there was a little lesson in it's okay. My cover designer was able to do the cover. We were able to do the files. It was just a last minute thing that we weren't willing to sink a lot of money into just so that we got it right. So yeah, I was really happy with that. We will sell them on the websites now once we get organized. But yeah, they were a real win, and they went really well. And one of the series I did for historical was a favorite series, which He Who Shall Not Be Named. 11-book series, and I did the first 3 in that, and we just kept the covers the same. So we did one design, and then we just changed the color on each, and that that went really, really well as well. I feel like the hardbacks went better than the softer ones, but we did soft for Lani and hardback for Wendy. But yeah, they were good. They were good. And because again we live in New Zealand, there's the whole printing thing if I'm getting them sent here. And so we've got to work all of that out going forward and what we're going to do. Plus if it's Ingram, it doesn't match up with Shopify, so you've got to get a third wheel in there and stuff like that. So it's going forward, but I was a very positive response, and I'm really, really glad I tested it. It
That's
went
awesome.
really well. Yeah.
Love that. It's an
Yeah.
awesome
Yeah.
one.
It was a good one.
Yeah, and they
Nice.
were lovely. And it's
They
amazing
were.
what you can do when like you kind of hear all this noise about, oh, you have to do it this way and it has to be gold foiling
Yep.
and you have to do, and actually you don't. And people would be, you can create something awesome
And being able to
with
keep the costs down, like to be honest with you, I think that's big. A lot of people are on a budget, but the thing about special editions that I've realized is that people treat them like buying a piece of art. And I'm not saying it's a piece of art, but that's just the example I'm giving you.
yeah.
Yeah.
They buy them to put on their bookshelves.
Yeah.
They will
Yeah.
then buy the ebook or the other book, whatever. This is what it is. It's a piece of art for them that they want to stack on their shelf that looks good. I had young people come up, and I don't have a huge young readership for Wendy, being historical. I do have some, don't get me wrong, but I had young people walking past my table and veering up and coming up and grabbing my books and opening them and reading the first page and then passing it to their friends and buying them and stuff like that. So it's that pretty thing,
Yeah.
it's that that reward of just seeing something really pretty and just thinking, oh, I got to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good lesson to learn.
It's interesting
Cool.
how times have changed. Like TikTok got
Right.
me back into buying print books again. I basically had not bought print books in years and just read on my Kindle. TikTok got me back into buying print books and special editions, man. I've bought several special editions just because they're pretty. And
Yeah.
like one was a book that I'd already had on my Kindle and had already read, but I was like, oh, it's so pretty,
Yeah.
So
And that's it, isn't it?
yeah.
It's like, and yeah, it's like artwork. You just look at it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
exactly.
was, I would, and I guess the takeaway is you don't have to spend a huge amount of money to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just getting another
It's
cover
easy
design.
to think that, right? When you see these ones that have basically got fireworks coming out of the cover kind of thing when you open it
Well,
up. And
we shelved it because I got one from England. It cost a fortune to bring out from Bookvault. And I was just like, oh, we just can't. And then anyway, we would do, my daughter was doing some research and she's like, Mum, I reckon we can do this cheaper. And then I just went to my cover designer. I said, have you done special edition? She said, no. And I said, would you be interested if I gave you the dimensions just to have a crack? And she's like, yeah, sure. And she's the one who came up with the covers. She said, oh, well, that's good to know. So between us, we got it sorted out that way. It was a learning curve, but now we've got it. Yeah, it's good.
yeah,
Yeah,
love
exactly.
it.
Awesome.
So cool.
Okay, so who's next? That'd be Shah.
So my nice is as of recording, completed my first year of what I would consider almost full-time publishing, and I have put up, well, I've written more, but I've done at least a book a month, so I'm really happy with that. And I would just like to stress that these are novellas, not full-length books. So they are aiming for the short romance category, so around that 20,000 to 25,000. Interesting, when I started, I was sort of squeezing out 17,000, and now I can do 25,000, no problem. But it's not great because I want to hit that, ideally, that 2 hour short romance reads market. But so that's huge for me. Like, it's been a very challenging personal year, and that really has been the light in my year doing that. But a real nice thing has actually been just seeing the camaraderie of particularly the short romance authors in the author group that I'm in. It's Writing Insta Love. Anybody can join it. It's Hope Ford's group, and they're just a really good bunch of authors in there, mostly ladies. And there's a couple that have set up like collaborations with other Insta Love. We call it Insta Love because it's just sort of a shorthand term for short romances. But and then so there's collaborations on one side, and then there's also like everybody gets together and okay, we're going to put our book's free on this day, and everybody shares it. And it's not as huge as the Stuff Your Kindle event from the Zobub event. It's not as big as that, but it's a targeted one because they're all short romance readers that it's going to everybody's lists. And it's really moved the needle for me in those ones. So it doesn't sort of harkening back, really, it's a repeat of what Wendy was saying. It doesn't have to be massive to have an impact kind of thing. And so that would be my nice, is just appreciating that community and people in it that are
We're
working
very proud
hard
of
and
you.
putting the shorties out. Thank you. I'm proud of me too.
Cheryl,
Yeah, you're on mute.
you're on mute, so we can't hear you.
Blimmin' dog, sorry. I'd say that I think narrowing it down to your genre is a really smart move.
Yeah.
You're collaborating and things like
Yeah, I think so. And it's you know, they tend to be quite high spice, but there's also a group for that are writing sweet. So
that. Yes. Yeah.
it's just those sort of niching, and so sure, you might only go to, a few thousand of your like
Mm.
across the board subscribers of newsletters that are going to get that promotion. But they're all people that read that, and I think that
That's right.
really helps. Yeah.
Makes a difference.
Go
Gosh,
Trudell.
you guys, you've done some great stuff this year,
Yeah.
and we've had some good advice. I feel like this
We've
is like
had some great advice, I have to say.
yeah.
All right, Trudels, what's
Okay.
yours?
Well, I had 2 book bubs this year, so that was one bit of thing that I was really excited about. And unlike Cher, I hadn't had previous experience, like my latest one that I did. So I had like asked Amazon like 2 weeks before to price match because I was so stressed about the
Oh,
idea
yeah.
that they might not do it in time. So and then they did it really fast typically. So it was like I had it for free for like way before it was supposed to be
It's
on. But
understandable, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was too panicked. I was just like really stressed about something going wrong, so
Yeah.
I just made sure I did it really early. And then actually though, the big thing for me was going to Rare and also Ages of Pages, which is an event we had in Hamilton, which is just down the road from me. And I was terrified of doing it. I don't, like I only really did the Ages of Pages because Cheryl has done it every year. And I went along last year and I just love the vibe of it. Like it's really kind of coming into its own, that event.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that next year.
It
It sounds
definitely
Yeah.
good.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and this year's one, I was just like, I know. And I booked it like like last year. And then when it came to it, I was like, oh, why am I doing this? I don't want to do it.
Mm.
And then I turned up on the day and I was really nervous. And then I don't know, I just stood in front of my stall and just chatted to people. And I just realized that I got really good at kind of giving a one line or two line kind of um, explanation blurb about
Mm.
each of the books in each of the series, which was really helpful to me to see. And actually, you're getting like this reaction. Like
Mm.
sometimes I'd say something and I could see that they were kind of a bit blank,
Yeah.
and then the next person I'd say something slightly different, and then you'd get a bit more of a reaction. So it was
Mm.
kind of like real time reactions to what you were saying. So
And
that was
talking to
helpful.
readers, right? That's not
Yeah,
something we get a chance to
Yeah.
do
yeah.
anywhere but online.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And it was just really lovely. And I wasn't treating it like every person is a potential sale. It was just, I'm just going to talk to these people because they're all readers and that's what we all are. And a lot of people bought, like I think the first person I talked to bought like $120 worth of books off me. Like I was just like,
Wow.
what is
Yeah.
this crazy world in which I'm
readers
living?
are
Like,
ferocious.
Exactly. Yeah.
Readers
yeah,
are ferocious.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they come
So,
to that to buy books, don't
mm.
they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was amazing. So then I was like, right, well, if I can do Ages of Pages, then I can do Rare. I'm sure this is possible. And I had emailed them and I was late and I hadn't, like it was already, all the sign up dates were gone and stuff like that. But Wendy said, oh, there's a couple of authors that have pulled out, so maybe you should give it a go. And so I did, and I just stayed positive. I'm like, I'm going to get in. It's going to be fine. And then I did, and that was awesome. And I went to Rare, and that was nerve-wracking because we'd had this session with Wendy and she said,
Mind
right,
blowing.
yeah, mind-blowing also. And we're just like, right, you need to be in the anthology and you need to have a QR code that gives them a free download and you need to do this. And I was like, oh my God, so much to do. And I did all of it. And I'm so pleased that you told us to go in the anthology because that was why people came to my stall
Oh,
um,
so many people.
to sign it. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
don't think I would have had as many people.
Yep.
Um, and
Listen to Wendy. She is
yeah,
wise.
listen to Wendy. She is
About
wise.
something, not about
She's not very
autumn.
nice, but she's wise. No, kidding, kidding. Um,
Now it's Christmas.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. And it just Rare. I mean, it was, the organizers, they worked so hard to get it done and everything put together, and it's such a big event. It was in like the Melbourne Event Centre for crying out loud. Like it was
Oh,
just
Yeah.
massive
it's
venue,
yeah.
thousands of
I had
readers
no
coming.
forewarning when I went. Like
Mm.
I was able to talk to you guys about it, but the first time I walked in there, I just remember turning around to my daughter and going, like, oh, well, what are all these people?
Yeah, yeah. It was just, yeah, it was really awesome. And now I'm like, right, what are other events? And my daughter loves Armageddon, which is like kind of Comic-Con, but for New Zealand. So it's much smaller. Don't get the idea. It's like the San Diego Comic-Con. And I'm going to do that next time, I think. So now I'm kind of like, right. And that's a
Yeah.
little bit more specific because it's like kind of people who are into sci-fi fantasy. So I feel
Mm.
like they might be a really good
Mm.
kind of audience for me yeah, so we'll see what happens. And now
Mm.
I'm not as scared about the idea of going out there and meeting people and talking about my books, which is
John's
amazing. So
clapping for you.
It's
And
awesome.
that's the truth, isn't it? If we put ourselves out there, out of our comfort zone, because let's be honest, it is. It
mm,
is. Even if you are not so introverted as other people, it's still a big call.
Yeah.
But it's so rewarding.
mm,
It's scary, but then
yeah,
it's so
Exhausting,
rewarding.
mm,
but rewarding.
That's
yeah, yeah,
I
Wouldn't
admire
compare
you
with
guys. I
everything.
mean, the thought of actually it just is beyond terrifying, but I just so admire you guys, and I'm so glad you three had such a good experience.
Yeah.
we
yeah,
did.
I'm
yeah,
Even
glad
though
we
I missed you when you were at Rare, and I did
had
poke fun
FOMO.
at being the one that was left behind
Had FOMO.
in
FOMO.
the dark, the electricity
Oh,
turned
Oh dear
off.
God, this is the
Oh,
Christmas episode, Shah. This is not supposed to be the episode that you
No, it
beat
was
us.
awesome. Love
no,
seeing it.
it was amazing. It was good. It was
It was
really
good.
good.
So
It
I
was good.
had,
well, I think that's a lot of goodness for
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of good advice,
And
a
the
lot
other
of
good thing
goodness.
is, I think we have had amazing support this year. Thank you, everybody that has um, Actually, we've had a lot of new listeners, ironically, because what we've been doing is, we've mentioned this before, it's no secret that we are replaying our top hits every second week, because a lot of people that are listening to the podcast are listening to it sort of within the last couple of years, and we've got 10 years now. No, we will not inflict on you probably our first 100 episodes that we've done ourselves, because
No, we won't.
that would be cruel. However, we have had incredible guests on, as you know, and so everybody's been really appreciating those. We haven't had a single, I'm saying this with my fingers crossed, a single comment, saying I've already heard this, because so many people are like, oh, I'm so glad you replayed this
I
again.
think that's another
Yeah.
thing about Rare, to be honest. Authors coming up to me and saying, oh, you guys really helped me. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And that sort of side of things. That's huge for me. That's
it
almost
is
someone
huge.
reading my
I mean,
book.
it really is. We don't run, courses or anything like that. We genuinely are doing this because we
We love it.
love each other and we love writing, and we've been very blessed by our writing community here at home, and we just we want to help people and share the really realities, as we have done on our naughty list.
Yeah.
And anybody starting out, be aware that we've all been doing this for many years and we're still making the naughty list.
Exactly.
So it's
We're not
okay.
perfect.
And just take a moment to enjoy what you've done too.
Yes.
Like I think that is, like I was saying, my lesson this year. I just want you all to just take some time this year for Christmas and to acknowledge what you've done, no matter how big or small, because really your journey is your journey. I think that's the important thing.
Exactly.
It's not someone else's, and it's not whoever you found online. My journey is not Cher's, just as Shah's journey is not mine, or Trudy's.
Absolutely.
But
And the
remember,
timing is right for you only. You don't have to run by anybody else's clock. It's
Yeah.
what's right for
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Absolutely. And on those golden words, I think we should bid adieu and say
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everyone, to all of our readers. We love you all. We think you're awesome. Thanks for being here with us each week. We really appreciate
Love
it.
you.
We appreciate everything
Yeah.
about our listeners, about being here with each other, about publishing, about writing, about, I don't know, everything. So Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Be kind to
See you
yourselves.
again soon.
Bye.
Bye.